What's going on, gamers? It is Saturday, August 2nd. It's a nice and chill 82 degrees Fahrenheit outside today. And not only have I been cutting the grass in the game, I also went and mowed my front yard today. But I have been very busy in the game as well this morning. And it's episode 4 of our mega build series. And I only have a little bit left to do of my floor back here, so we're gonna try and see if we can definitely probably finish this up in this video, get that done, but give you guys kind of a little bit of a view of what we have destroyed so far as the chop all the grass challenge goes. I revealed quite a bit of clovers over here in the event that I may need more clovers for anything specific. There we got some clay down there, lots of pebbles revealed as well, which is really good for whenever I start farming all my rocks and clay for whatever I'm going to do with, you know, pebblet foundations and whatnot. Wrap all around here. We got all of this taken back on this side. Tons of pallets left over sitting around. I kind of want to wait to destroy those pallets to get the materials back until there's an update that fixes why we aren't getting 100% return on some of our recycles. Hopefully that gets fixed at some point. So I'll probably just leave them there till then. But yeah, more or less all the way around. I want to count real fast. Matter of fact, hold on, let me count. I'm going to count from this corner here all the way to that corner there and see how many grass floors we have. Just a rough number. Hold on one second. All right, so I just did the math on it, and it comes out to be, let's see here. So the whole platform is about 50 by 70 grass floors wide and high. Or wide and long, I guess, which equates to 3,500 floors and about 14,000 grass blades, just for the base floor of this insane kingdom that we're going to be building here, just for the floor, which is pretty cool. Let me show you two real fast if I can actually like really see the kind of tower shape I'm going here.
This is
going with here. So you can see up there kind of, maybe if I peep a little bit easier to...
Anything interesting out here?
Are you coming or what? Let's get this over with. I'm trying to make a video. I'm trying to make a video. All right, so see that little design there? We cut in with little half walls. Now, something I hope doesn't happen is with half walls, quarter floors, like the triangle floors, all that stuff, there's a pretty good chance that like the items will rotate. I don't know if they like took shortcuts when they were creating them or something, but more or less like every great once in a while you'll load in and all of these things will be rotated 90 degrees or something. It's really kind of a stupid glitch, but it existed in Grounded as well. But yeah, so like I'm thinking, so we got the 3 bald layers, which is just stick walls, and then we got this kind of cut in here, which I think is pretty cool, even though I still might add some more to it. But this cut in wall, I want to take maybe about 20 or 30 into the sky, and then top it off with another 3. Give us kind of detailed towers on all 4 corners. They are extremely cumbersome. The half walls. So like a normal stick wall takes 3 sticks, I believe, and those take 2 apiece. So that's like, you know, more sticks, lots of sticks, but we're really starting to reveal a lot of the sticks in the area out here. So they'll be easy to access and farm as time goes on. But yeah, so kind of got an idea of what I'm working with there, but we're going to go ahead. We're going to finish up this thing over here. We can't have, but maybe more than possibly 100 floors left to do here. So the way that I do it, I'll give you guys a couple tips on ways that I've been moving so much material at a time. So number 1, we have the hauling strength trinket, which you get from inside of the toxic anthill, which is right here, toxic anthill, just south of the picnic table. You can get that from there. So that allows me to carry 10. Now what I'm going to do here real fast is I'm going to take down some grass real quick, and then I'll show you guys how I make my trips up and down. So with the ant, I'll do a charge attack on the blades, by the way. I try to get multiples if I can, just to kind of save some time. But do charge attack on all the blades. Once I get enough blades, I will, you know, start palletizing. And then I go back through after I've already moved everything and chopped the bottoms. And the way that I chop the bottoms, so in Grounded 1, like whenever you were fighting, you know, like when you were swinging, you could block, and it would reset your swing. So you could like chop the tree, block, and it would go really fast. Obviously, it doesn't work as well in this, but with the ant, it actually does work pretty good. So each one of the sticks takes 2 chops, and you can like attack, block, attack, block, attack, and it goes. But then again, we do have the stamina charges as well, so it doesn't work like the greatest in the world. But another little tip, if you haven't used gather mode yet, once you have a mess like this, it can become kind of a pain in the butt to pick everything up. So you hold E to activate gather mode, and you literally just spin your camera around like crazy. Inventory fills up, pump it onto the pallet, hold an R, do some more spin tricks here. Okay, we got 2, so he can only fill it up twice. And now what I do is if I have enough grass actually here to do it, I'll fill up my ant. So we'll fill up the ant here. And then once the ant's full, I'll get off of him, tell him to stay real quick.
Pick you up later.
And then I'll go ahead and pick up my 10, because with that hauling strength badge, we can actually hold 10, which isn't the best thing in the world, but it is better than not having anything. But, you know, I've only got 8 right now for this example, but... Oh, actually, yeah, not supposed to get on him. Here, I'll go ahead and get the 10 then, so I don't waste the 2 that I could have potentially. All right. Okay, so he's holding 12. We got 24 on the pallet, and I got 10 in my hands, so that allows us to move. What is that? 32, like 50 at a time, I think. But it goes pretty quickly. And he will follow us, right? I got Aphid Slippers on, Natural Explorer. I don't have Natural Explorer 2. I wish I did, but I'm like still, I don't even know how many locations found away. I think I'm only at 31 out of 50 in order to unlock Natural Explorer 2, so that's a thing. But yeah, we dropped the pallet here, and you can see we've got 34 grass blades between us and the ant. Now, I don't think he actually has to be close to us. I think him holding on to it also counts as us holding on to it. So he can kind of just like be wherever. But then I'll grab him, grab the pallet, and rinse and repeat and do it again. So we can fill in, you know, whatever, probably like 8, I think, floors before we got to go back. And to put that into perspective, we can fill in 8 floors at a time with the maximum amount that we can carry, and this floor has 3,500 floor pieces. So that goes to show you how many trips I have made up and down to fill this floor up. We are on, let's see here, what are we on? Day 88. And let's see how many hours I'm on right now. We just passed 53 hours. I do this a lot, dude. Like, I've just been sitting here farming grass, watching YouTube videos while I do it. So we did complete the mixer, which allowed us to not get raided anymore. So it's not like as dangerous to just kind of, you know, do something while you're doing something else type thing. But yeah, I'll see if we can get this finished up. I appreciate you guys following along on my mega builds, man. We've been cranking it out. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Because you're definitely going to want to see this build finished, and you might even be interested in the building of the build, because I am and will always be the mega builder guy, because I don't know anybody else on this planet that will put themselves through this kind of misery just to build some giant useless building, except for me. I mean, maybe there's a few people in the world, but
it's hit carrying capacity.
It's definitely not common. Wait, what did I do with my pallet? This is an issue I have quite frequently. Actually, I misplaced my pallet. Okay, there we go. All right, so we turn on gather mode, and we wiggle, pick it all up, dump it on the pallet, do it again, fill his inventory, wiggle, and the sun's going down, so hop off him now. He's full. Grab a handful and grab our pallet and go dump it. Takes all of, like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 minutes per run. Takes quite a while for sure, but I think it's totally cool, and it's gonna be so sick when it's done, right? It's gonna be absolutely insane. And don't forget, this is only my first, you know, little starter base, right? This is just my little starter base. There will be much bigger, much more complex, much more in-depth builds. This is just kind of somewhere where I just want to put my stuff at while I prepare for other things. You know what I mean? So don't forget that. Oh, look at this. I was kind of chopping away, and I just unveiled a new little 4-spot stick situation. So that's pretty cool because that's kind of one of the reasons I'm doing this. Oh, wait, there's 5. Is there 5? There is 5. Sweet. One up here, 5. That's good, dude. That's good. Locating all the sticks by chopping down all the grass. Oh, there's also a couple dandelions right here. Yeah, this will be a nice little spot to add to the rotation. To add to the stick rotation, because these walls are going to be stick walls on this thing. So I don't think we're going to need quite as many sticks as we're needing for grass, but here very soon. Well, another thing that's going to happen is I think about 3 or 4 floors tall, because I do want to make the walls traversable on the sides, probably about 3 floors thick. Just for the sake of building, really, but also for the sake of, you know, kind of realisticness, I guess. I don't want them to just be hollow walls, but they will be double-sided with probably windows on them and stuff like that. I don't know, man. I got some big plans, but a lot of my plans are plans that I essentially like have to put it all together first and see exactly what it looks like to find out if that's the way I want to do it or not. Okay, so we put that there. His inventory's full. My inventory's full. If you're wondering why I get like weird FPS problem when I go to pick up grass with my person, it's because I have an E-spam macro on my mouse that picks things up. And my Grounded 2 does not like my E-spam macro very much, which is why I use the gather mode more than anything now, because it's pretty much the same exact thing. All right, so we're gonna make another deposit here. This will take us down to 5 more rows. Okay. All right, so 5 more rows this way, and then we got to close off that top part. So yeah, get her done. You know what's crazy is it definitely looks like it's gonna rain, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. It definitely looks like it's gonna rain. Maybe they're working on weather. I don't know. Maybe it'll be some big reveal. I personally, I know a lot of people want weather, dude. But if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, if you've never seen the movie Ants, like, weather is not a good thing. Weather is a very, very bad thing. Very, very bad thing. Like, essentially it would be like, you know, water droplets like this falling from the sky. I feel like that would be insanely hectic. They can't just make like normal rain, you know, like any other game would make, because that would be pretty ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, onward. To address a real quick question that's been asked quite a bit on my build location area is, how do I deal with the bugs? And I deal with the bugs by building a 3 tall floor above them. Right? That's kind of the whole point of this floor, and why I didn't build it directly on the porch itself is because I didn't want to be bothered by the bugs, and I also didn't want a cup and a mint can to go through my floor and everything else. So that's kind of why we started with this whole three floors tall thing. So there's a bombardier beetle, a couple mosquitoes, and that's really, you know, really about it. I mean, it's technically, if something attacks me, it's not like it's a big deal, but that's pretty much how I deal with that. The enemies do not bother me very much. No. More pieces. All right, we're getting there, dude. Just a little bit more to go. A little bit more. Probably like 10 more trips, maybe. And we're on the move. I will say something as well. Once we get this like thing set up and I start building on top of the floor we've got going on here, I'm going to start taking everybody's names, all subscribers' names that want to be in there, and start representing the subscriber base through implementing them into my Grounded 2 world. Not sure how we'll do it just yet. I really was hoping that we would get some sort of signs that we could write on or something. That would have been really cool, but, you know, maybe we can put together a suggestion thing for the Discord, because the way that it works with the suggestion box and stuff in their Discord is more or less like someone makes a suggestion and a lot of people vote on it. And I believe if over 40 people vote on it, then Eric will put it in his, you know, box of suggestion things. But I've never been a fan of the floating names on stuff. I really wish that we could, like, you know, have like a sign, like a Minecraft sign that we could like write things on or something like that. That would come in handy for like building stores and stuff in your little villages or whatever you want to build. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like thumb up something like that, and if we get enough interest in the comments, maybe I'll make a post and share it to you guys on the next mega build video, and we'll see how that goes. You guys could thumb that for me in the grounded Discord or something. Yeah. Speaking of thumbing things,
Nab it all,
you should hit the like button on this video if you haven't. And I know this is the second time I mentioned it, but hey, you know what? I'm going to mention it all the times it takes you to actually hit the like button. You know what I mean? But you should also turn the notification bell on and subscribe, because here very shortly, me and Mediocre Milton are going to be doing like some sort of survival game podcast thing, possibly. Yeah, and we're going to talk about like the current state of Grounded 2 and things we'd like to see and improvements they could probably make, suggestions, sayings, etc., something along those lines. It's just in the talks right now, but we're hopefully going to have something like that here pretty soon. I think you guys would enjoy that. Most of the people that like watching me also like him. But anyway, yeah, you should notify bell. Turn on the bell. Okay, so to answer my question earlier, by the way, it's 46 total that we can carry doing it this way. 46 total. I couldn't do the math for some reason, but I honestly got
joining
like
the proletariat.
Honestly got a little concerned there for a second, and I was like, wait, I'm not getting like screwed out of like 10 pieces, am I? But no, we're good. 46. All right, I'm bringing you guys on my last couple trips here. Last couple trips to complete the floor. I think I've got 2 trips left, maybe like 2.5. This is a pretty crazy adventure, man. This is honestly going to be so nuts. This is so psycho. It really is. It really is. But hey, my niche is mega building. You know, that's the thing with being a creator, is you just have to find the thing that works for you. And the thing that works for me is this, which is crazy. Maybe one more trip. Look at that, dude. We're almost done. At least I say almost done. We're almost ready to get started, is what it really is. That's what it really is. I love how I still have that bring brat sign. So that bring brat sign over there,
Tired.
I brought a bratwurst to it, and I thought it was going to be something cool that I found that nobody else found. It was just a milk molar, dude. It was just a freaking white milk molar. I couldn't believe it. Over by the wolf spider by the tree over there. I was like, man, I was really hoping it was going to be something cooler than a milk molar. Where's my pallet? There we go. Give me my stuff. Okay, plug that in there. Fill his inventory up. All right, this is chugging along, baby. I was able to get my front yard mowed today, which is good, even though it's like freaking 90 out. But it wasn't too bad, actually. Since I've been taking better care of myself, it was a pretty simple task to mow the yard, which is something that used to not be the case. Like I was talking about on stream last night, though, I've kind of been slacking since the release of Grounded 2 on my health journey. So Monday, we're going to be hitting it hard again, getting my meals back prepped again, hitting the gym every day again. I also had a crazy leg day and a crazy tricep day last week that it took me forever to recover from, because I just went absolutely nuts with squats, man. I went nuts with squats and tricep day, freaking pull downs and everything else. I went a little crazy. Working on getting my form squared away. Oh, wait. Oh wow, really? One piece of grass? One piece of grass. I mean, I obviously need a ton more for the wall designs I'm gonna go for, but one piece of grass, bro. You know, one thing that bugs me about the building and Grounded as well is, this is funny, what bugs me, oh my god, pun intended, is the fact that you can't like do the click and drag building like blueprints with buildables that are like half walls and half floors and stuff like that. Kind of obnoxious that you can't do that. Kind of obnoxious that you can't do that. All right, I'm gonna have to come back once I finish this video and come back over here and chop all these freaking nubs before the grass starts growing back, because it will. It very much will. I actually had a situation earlier where I didn't make it back over there in time, and I ended up having to re-chop the same giant patch of grass again, which was kind of annoying. Trying not to have to do double the work, if at all possible. So there we go. So I have like a weird thing going on over here that I'm gonna have to fix, and that also involves the corner towers. And the whole reason that it's kind of awkward is because of the stupid donut that I learned that you can't remove the donut. So like I had to shift this whole front wall back one because of that donut over there. So I'm gonna have some like moving things I gotta do, but I'll try and get that fixed before I get too much further into the building. But yeah, pretty neat, but I do like this design, although it's going to be a very expensive one. I also think at a certain height I'll only do the outside grass portion, so it's almost like a big tall window or something. That would be pretty neat. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out.
Water. Bringer
The floor is done, the grass floor portion is done, and what a crazy 25-30 hours it was just doing this. Good lord. But it's done. And Fallen, you're a champion. GG's, buddy. Send a nest. You can go take a nap.
Bye.
Y'all be good, man. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tonight on stream or tomorrow on the next Mega Build video. Pieces.